Hi folks, it's Danny at Bradley James Classics, and I'm taking you right back to the 1980s with this Ford Escort XR3i Cabriolet, B-Reg 1984, and quite an interesting number plate, B89 Dull. Now, this car has actually been featured in at least 3 movies. The previous owner had rented this car out and it had been used in the movies, and it's actually quite a, well, it's a bit of a stunner really. I mean, the condition wise, no doubt it's had paintwork to keep it in as brighter condition as it is now, but as I look around the car, she is very straight. There's a set of recently refurbished Ford Cloverleaf alloy wheels, which was always a great feature of this Mark III. Of course, they lost it by the time they went to the Mark IV. When they first come out, they were out in a sunburst red, and then they changed into a radiant red. I'm not entirely sure which this one is, but it's definitely red, and the bodywork is in, I'd say, very good condition. If I get in close, you'll see that there's no rust in the usual places. She's super sound underneath as well, actually, and we've had her up on the ramp this morning doing our usual pre-sales inspection, and she is very, very solid. If I was being fussy, I can look right down there, and can you see like the little beginning of a little bubble? But considering this is a 1980s car, I think you can forgive it a little bit of wear. It's particularly bright, this back arch, and I would say that it's probably a bit brighter than this front door. However, when you step back, it looks wonderful. Excellent matching set of recent tyres all round by Falcon. She's super clean everywhere. The interior is really good as well. If I open up the boot, you'll see that it's got its all important Cabriolet soft cover, which goes over the roof when it's folded down. But you'll see how clean it is. The boot, very, very clean. And all through here, you've got your spare alloy as well. And sounds wonderful. Starts on the button, drives really well. And again, nice bright shiny bodywork all down this side, free from any serious dents and scars, and very little signs of any corrosion anywhere. She looks really good. So let's have a little look inside, and again, that good condition prevails. The 106,000 miles looks highly likely to be genuine. We've got the advantage of using the MOT checking system these days, so we can actually look back and see what the mileage was when, and it looks highly likely that 106 is in fact genuine. The seat is actually in really good condition, because you can see there's a bit of wear here, but it's certainly not hold. And the rear seats are in exceptionally good condition, as is all the carpets. Now sadly, this one suffered from a typical issue that the Mark III Escort had. You can see the cracks in the dashboard are a little unsightly. However, I'm told that there's a company, you send it off to them, they fill it, they do something with heat, it puffs it out, and it makes it very, very difficult to spot there's ever been cracked. Another nice feature is its original radio cassette player, and also it's got the little joystick down there, and the cassette boxes, all of that's fully functioning, including the little joystick. Lovely to see that originality. Always loved that chunky steering wheel the XR3i had, and that's really in good shape as well. She starts on the button. I'm going to do all this one-handed, so let's have a quick look under the engine bay together, as I've got you all here. And yeah, super bright. The battery tray is in good order. That's always a good place to start looking on a Escort Mark III and 4 and what have you. All of the inner wings and through the bulkhead, super shiny, as is the panel through the front. And she starts on the button, and it's of no doubt to me, even though I'm afraid I'm only passing on hearsay from the previous owner, but the hydraulic tappets and the little cups have all been replaced. So when you start her up, she actually doesn't have that horrible rattle that a lot of the CVH engines of this era did. So it's got its 2 original Ford keys, which are very lovely to have. And again, I'm doing this all one-handed here and hoping I'm putting the right key in and it's not in gear, because this could be a comedy video. She starts on the button, and if I give you a little rev up, see if you remember this sound. Let's find a loud pedal here somewhere. Oh, she sounds wonderful. So here's the dashboard, here's the seats, and I'm also going to whip up the roof. I'm getting very ambitious today. There's times like this that you do need an assistant for these videos, but times are hard, so I'm afraid there's no assistance available. So with the one hand, I'm demonstrating to you how quick and easy it is to put the roof up on an XR3i Cabriolet. And to fully fasten it, just bear with me while I just move these little hooks forward into their slots. That's that side. I'm going to walk round. I mean, the roof actually is in generally very good condition, with the exception of 2 areas. Here, there's a little hole, and on the back here, there's a little bit of a Heath Robinson repair, but I'm assured by the owner it doesn't actually leak, and I'm not entirely sure, but I would say that this would probably be a car at this age in this condition that you'd be wanting to keep indoors. Elsewhere on the roof, she's in really good nick. They have a habit of going a bit here where they hinge, but this one's really good. They've got an electric defrosting rear screen, and that's made of glass. So it's actually always a very well made roof, and it makes driving the XR3i all the year round very possible. So this is in stock, and the price point actually takes into account that you might need to spend £380 on a replacement roof cover, and these are readily available. I've also taken into account a little budget that the top of the dashboard could be refurbished, and it would look nicer if it was done. But when you step away and you have a look around this car, it's had nothing but positive comments since it's been here at Bradley James, and I think at the price point it's up at, it makes it very attractive. I'm loving that number plate, and if I get in close, you'll see that there's the dealer number plates, Hanger Ford, and she is in really good condition. I think I've pointed out the areas of imperfection, but overall it doesn't detract from the fact that this is a very sound and solid XR3i that's been well maintained. It's all under sealed, and having looked back through the MOT history, I'm confident that anything that's ever been brought up has been repaired, because the car does present so well today. Now, she's in stock. We offer UK delivery at very competitive prices. We operate our own transport fleet. We also are able to offer a part exchange service, where we will do our hardest to part exchange your existing modern or classic car, and occasionally the odd motorbike. I was once offered livestock. We got to draw a line somewhere, but we try hard to get deals done. The price point, I think you'll agree, is sensible. You have a look at a perfect show class XR3i and you're happily looking at 10k plus, so I hope you agree to the condition this one's in and how very close it is to being very, very good. I think the asking price is very sensible. Mark III XR3i's are getting scarce and are getting dear. In fact, Mark IV XR3i's are starting to get expensive and getting a bit unaffordable. So to grab a Mark III XR3i in this condition, I would say we'd be making a wise move for a sensible future investment. Anyway, folks, thank you for your attention. It's a 9-minute video looking at this lovely XR3i from 1984. I'm afraid there isn't huge amounts of paperwork. There is a very long MOT on it. I have got obviously the logbook, but I'm afraid little else. I've also got the name of the 3 films it starred in, so if you buy the car, I'm sure I can tell you where you'll find it out there in the movie land. But thank you for tuning in, and this is Danny of Bradley James Classics signing out.